So this is a follow-up video to my previous video I made on the word tetelestai, referring to John 19:30. Part of the Calvinist and often evangelical claim is that penal substitutionary atonement can be found by invoking John 19 verse 30, indicating that tetelestai is used, although it is translated in virtually every translation as some version of it is finished. They will insist that the word is used in financial documents and receipts, where it is stamped at the top of the receipt. Some will say it's at the bottom, and it will indicate that a debt has been paid off. Therefore, it is concluded that Christ is saying that he just paid the debt of the elect off, as particularly in the case of Calvinists. Some older dictionaries did seem to indicate this, however, corrections have been made to the sources cited showing that tetelestai was not actually written on the document at all. I first became aware of this through Stack Exchange, and I actually copy and paste the comments left by a man named Ryan on Stack Exchange. You can go see the comments, and there's also an article produced by a Lutheran journal discussing this matter, essentially saying the same stuff I'm repeating here. And the thing is, with Lutherans, they often agree with some kind of penal substitutionary atonement, but he's admitting here, he's acknowledging that John 19:30's use of tetelestai is not valid evidence, but they will find other reasons to justify it. So anyway, this commentator on Stack Exchange, he goes through Moulton and Milligan's, the vocabulary of the Greek New Testament. He sets up the background. He talks about the manuscript and how it actually doesn't say tetelestai, it says tetelonitai right here, or sorry, not right here, right here, tetelonitai. And then he will cite the Papyri right here. He gives several links and then makes an assessment that essentially it's a failed claim. But anyway, I produce. We can go to the links right here for Moulton and Milligan. If you go on my blog, you can pull up these links, but let's go through the links ourselves. So this first one I actually mislabeled. It's actually found on page 630 of Moulton and Milligan's The Vocabulary of the New Greek New Testament, and it's under the word teleu. Let's zoom in to get that particular one. So let's go under teleu. Let's see, teleu. Zoom out a little. So anyways, teleo, first definition they put is complete, accomplish, fulfill. Second one they have is pay. And under pay, they have a little part right here, sentence that says receipts. Receipts are often introduced. Let me zoom in a little more to make it more visible. It says receipts are often introduced by the phrase tetelestai, usually indicated in an abbreviated manner. For example, P. Grenf II, and then it says 50 A, B, C, and so on, mostly belonging to the 2nd century AD. So we can actually pull up these particular papyri that he would have used. This is an older version of what he referred to. This is Greek Papyri Series 2, and you see right here, this is found on page 80, by the way. And it says right here, for instance, it says tetel, and then in parentheses it says esti, and then it says dia bilis, and so on. They actually give the background about what these receipts are for, what they're doing. They're just imports. There's taxes for import duties, or however you want to refer to them. But anyway, they made an assumption about what was written, and because the receipts use abbreviations to, I don't know, save ink, save paper. But unfortunately, the assessment made in 1897 by Grenfell and his associate were wrong, and subsequently Baptists and some Calvinists based their doctrine off of this. But anyway, let's go to see what the current manuscripts say. Oh, by the way, yes, you have B here, tetelestai, of course, esti in parentheses. D also has esti in parentheses. Okay, so let's go to the modern manuscripts. So this is, sorry about that. So this is papyri.info, and you can just scroll through here and find the instances that we're referring to. So we actually see the papyrus name, you see where it's stored, information about the background of the papyri. Bernard Grenfell and Arthur Hunt, and then it says publications P. Grenfell 250A. So right here you can see 8142, Soknopayu Nessos, and then it quotes it here. It says Tetelo, and then notice what it says. It doesn't say esti, it says onitai. And then it says dia belis, and then it says parentheses, and the asterisk right here for the first word next to onitai. Click it, it takes you to apparatus, the note 1. It says tetelestai, in parentheses, estai, or esti, previous edition, indicating that it used to say this, but now they've discovered it actually should not read that, but rather ondai. And the same is holds true. We go to, let's see, we have G right here, same deal. Go here, it says previous edition. Go to another one, you get yourself right here. C, same thing, same correction. Let's go to B, same exact correction, asterisk. Right here, it used to say SD, now it says onitai. And you can pour through. You can go to my blog, go to the link to papyri.info, and just see all these instances in which it's been corrected. And it's very unfortunate that people base doctrine off something that's was wrong. It's very unfortunate. But this is somewhat reminiscent of how Baptists, starting about the early 20th century, would claim that EIS, or epsilon iota sigma, in Acts 2:38 means because of rather than in order or for, because they don't want to admit that baptism is for the remission of sins, so they say for means because of, which isn't true at all in Greek. And so they'll try to say baptism, you get baptized because you've been forgiven of your sins, to make it fit Baptist theology. But needless to say, yes, tetelestai was based in part on outdated scholarship. And even then, hypothetically, if tetelestai does mean paid in full, it does not change the fact that it does not fit the context of John 19. John 19, verse 28, actually uses the word tetelestai also, not simply John 19:30, which they all point to. John 19:28 uses it, and that's often ignored because you can't construe it to be about paying a debt off at all. It's simply about the fulfillment of prophecy. In fact, the sources cited refer to paying taxes for importing goods in that Moulton and Milligan reference. The only time the root is used in the New Testament is for money is when you're paying taxes. But anyway, this is Brahim Selassie. Thanks for watching.